Yo, hey, hope you're doing great. So today I'm gonna be reacting to Sting, and this is the song called Russians. So here we're in a beautiful morning, making some reaction video before work. It's a good time to do it. My brain is active right now. So this is a song suggestion by the great James. So James, thank you so much. Man, James has been a member since January 2025, and he's been in the 5 songs a month. Well, six, and then now it's five. But he's been a member since then, and big support of our community and of the channel, right? So he's been giving great suggestions and new artists and deep diving into solo careers, and we have season right now. We're in the protest period, right? So he's been doing that too. That's great too, and it's been very enjoyable. So James, thank you so much. Like I said, we're gonna do Russians from Sting, and this is from the 1985 album The Dream of the Blue Turtles. Wow, interesting name. So the song is a commentary and plea that criticizes the then dominant Cold War foreign policy and doctrine of mutual assured destruction, MAD, by the United States and the then existing Soviet Union. Okay, so we are gonna check that out. So yeah, in other words, criticizing the Cold War. So Stings by Russian, and this has lyrics, so we're gonna be able to read the lyrics and understand the music. So James, thank you again, and yeah, I mean now I'm going down, and so someone said it's like a flashback to my childhood, long forgotten time of the Cold War. Now all is present again, all the fear, as if the last 30 had never been. Yeah, that should be super interesting. Like, yeah, we're gonna watch a video and then we can talk a little bit. It's a touchy topic, you know. I'm gonna pretty much I'm gonna react to this as a classical guitarist, right? I'm gonna listen to the music. The first watch is gonna be just me reacting to the music. I will not, and I don't stop the videos. I let them, run all the way to the end. I don't like to. When I stop the videos, I kill the vibe, and I stopped doing that a long time ago. So, what I do is after that, after my reaction, I will go to do an analysis, a review. So I would come back to the beginning, and then I will do play, stop, and tell you the things that caught my first impressions. What got my how do I say that? Oh my god. I just give you my first impressions, and then I can tell you things musically and as a classical musician perspective. So, and of course we have the protest commentary. I will give you my opinion, just my opinion, right? It doesn't need to be the same as yours, but we're here to respect each other's opinion, but always very important with respect, right? So let's do it. Make sure that we have the sound. Yes.
To respond to all the threats and the rhetorical speeches of the Soviets. Mr. Khrushchev said we will bury you. I don't subscribe to this point of view. It would be such an ignorant thing to do if the Russians love their children too. How can I save my little boy from Oppenheimer's
So direct.
There is no monopoly of common sense on either side of the political fence. We share the same biology.
So interesting.
Regardless of ideology, believe me when I say to you, our
interesting. Sounds like Russian music. I have a feeling that it sounds like that.
There's no historical precedent to put the words in the mouth of the president. There's no such thing as a winnable war. It's a lie we don't believe anymore. Mr. Reagan says we will protect you. I don't subscribe to this point of view. Believe me when I say to you, I hope the Russians love their children too. We share the same biology, regardless of ideology. What might save us, me and you, is if the Russians love their children too.
Okay. Actually, that was very direct. Sometimes you listen to some music and they are protests, right? But they're very subliminal. For example, "Zombie" from the Cranberries is a protest song, but it's like a poem, right? Like it doesn't say directly, and you need to like decipher, right? Like you need to like find. This one is super direct, and they talk about the president, and it's a critic of both sides. Obviously, you know, I feel that way too. I don't like wars neither. Obviously, the world has been shaped thanks to wars. Sadly, right? Because we humans, we cannot. I don't know why we cannot live happy together, right? It's like the song. We are the same. We have the same biology, and we're different, but in the end, we are the same. Every culture have different things, but we have some similarities. And I had to live. I learned that with me being here. I'm a Puerto Rican, and I teach in a place where 90% of the people are from Mexico, and while we are kind of far, we're Latin American, right? We do have a lot of similarities. Like I have a friend that asked me, "Hey, what is the difference between a Mexican and Puerto Rican?" And I was like, "Man, we are pretty much the same." Obviously, when we talk about culture, there's different things, right? Every region have their own culture, right? But in our daily living, we are pretty much the same. Sure, in some places probably there's gonna be difference, but we always share something in common. We like I said, we are humans. So yeah, this song is very direct. Now the music is very Russian. I have to say, I have done already like 2 or 3 songs that are Russian. It seems that that's a big thing. Like people love singing about Russia. Obviously, not in this case, not about. But the music is very Russian, very Prokofiev, I think that is. I have to say, some of my favorite composers are Russian. Shostakovich, Rachmaninoff, late romanticism, post-romantic. Rachmaninoff, incredible. And you know, I feel that Russian music is very romantic. At the same time, it can be very boom, 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 like this, right? Um, we have the music is like having like orchestra, but obviously it's like a synthesizer orchestra. I don't doubt that they probably did a live version with the real orchestra, but yeah, it sounds very. The music is sound very very Russian. And my apologies if I'm wrong, right? That's my instinct. That's what it told me. And then the voice, it sounds like very hard rock. I just like very heavy, not heavy metal, but you know, like with the high falsetto. In this case, the falsetto is very. I feel that the singer is just sing very high. But yeah, it's very direct. It's very direct. I think that I mentioned that, and again, I think that it mentioned both sides, and it doesn't. While the song is about Russian, probably dedicated to the Russian children, and you know, it talk about the U.S. too, and I like that it's not taking side, right? But yeah, that's what I got. My first impression. Well, I'm gonna go a little bit to the beginning. But yeah, that's a super direct protest. Super direct, and I like that. I like that. It's like no feeling. You know, this is what it's talking about. So good stuff. This clock here remind me of a song from Dream Theater. It's from the what is this album? The one that had the Spirit Carry On. What is the name? Metropolis Part 2 is? Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of that. And we had the people talking in the back about, you know, probably recordings of, you know, news or something. I don't know. I like the crescendo, like, you know, we're creating some tension. So we go directly again. Very Russian, the music. What hysteria is? Actually, that's a word that I know there's a song called Hysteria by Deep Purple, I think. I don't know what that means, actually. Maybe we should look it up. How dare me? Hysteria. What hysteria mean? Oh, exaggerated or uncontrollable emotional excitement. Yeah, huh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I had some video that there was one time someone made a mistake that almost began the third word because the hysteria, because people motion were big. Anything could have, you know, it's horrible. I think that it's horrible that the emotion were so high that just one thing could have done so much damage. So yeah, but I love it. Again, it's super direct, you know. It's just, it feels like someone just talking instead of singing. It feels like talking, but obviously it's singing, and super direct, no hiding anything, you know. In other words, I think that this band were trying to bring a message without caring about consequences. They wanted to say what they thought, and you know, they didn't care about what the repercussions, which is a very admirable thing to do, I would say. Features of the Soviets, Mr. Khrushchev said he will bury you. And then the music again, like I say, it feels like it's we have pa 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 pa, and then we had the bass dun. Subscribe to this point of view. You'll be such an ignorant And now we have a violins pop, 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 doing an arpeggio, right?
Big toy, there is no monopoly of common sense. On either side of the political fence, we share the same biology.
So in other words, yeah, the sound of the orchestra is very synthesizer, right? But I'm pretty sure they have done this live with the orchestra. That should be super interesting to listen to. But again, it sounds very Russian to me. And again, if you want some of these, Prokofiev have stuff that sounds kind of like this. Who else? There's amazing Mussorgsky, whatever. But I need to explore more of those composers. But I have heard some stuff from Prokofiev. Shostakovich, if you listen to the Symphony Number 5, there's some sections where it sounds like this. I love Shostakovich.
Regardless of I
Yeah. Actually, I think that the quality of the sound could be better. But obviously, because it's a video with lyrics, it sounds like this. So now we have a melody. Sounds like a melody, and that is not close. Yeah, no, it is close to what the way he's singing. So now it's going to the U.S. saying the name of the president, and I don't subscribe to this point of view. So I love that phrase. I hope the Russians love their children too. But here's the deal. Well, the governments, they want to begin wars. Not all the Russian or all the U.S. people think the same. Some people in Russia and some people in the U.S. don't want war at all. But it's understandable. It's understandable when people, want to generalize. But yeah, I hope the Russians love this. They do. They do. It's just that, the governments they do whatever they want. So that's pretty much what I got. Again, super direct protest and Sting. It's a great band. Singing great. I think I have some other videos from Sting, so go check them out. But James, thank you so much. Yeah, this is super direct, protest song, and I love that because most of the time I'm used to like the poetic protest of like you need to descifrar, like you need to find the answer of what the people are singing, because sometimes artists the protest songs from artists, they leave them open, right? But in this case, the band decided to be super direct as possible, and that's beautiful too. That's beautiful. It feels like talking, right? That they're talking to you directly. I love both ways of protest. I have some Puerto Ricans bands, rock bands, that there's a band called Fiel a la Vega that they do a lot of protest songs, but they're very poetic, and I love them. I love them. It's like a poem, but obviously with music, and there's something beautiful about it. But then also we have the super direct. Also Fiel a la Vega have direct stuff too. Both ways are beautiful. Both ways are beautiful, and I admire when a band decide to go super direct doing a protest. It's admirable. Yeah, some people will not like it, but some people will love it. It's like everything, right? So anyway, that's pretty much my reaction. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, we're going to continue to do some reactions. Check out my Patreon, right? If you want to do direct reaction to me, or you can write your comments. Right now, it's been very difficult to choose music from the comments. I have a lot of suggestions from the comments. I used to have a list. I haven't updated. It's just that my Patreon is getting a lot of videos, which is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, yeah. See you in the next one. Take care.